Hello, listeners. This is Ryan. I am the keeper today. We are playing Monster of the Week, my first time ever, as well as my wonderful guest. Zoe, why don't you introduce yourself with your name, your pronouns, and your character's name and character's pronouns?
You bet. So my name is Zoe. My pronouns are she, her. And my character's name is June. Her pronouns are also she, her.
All right. So we did a little bit of back and forth because I try to know a bit about the character before I create the game. June is a mundane, correct?
Correct.
So June is starting her first day of school at St. Judas High School. I came up with that this morning. I was really pleased. So St. Judas High School is in the town of St. Judas. The inhabitants don't really seem to notice that it is kind of a strange place. The best way to describe it is that it's little things that feel off sometimes. Like when you're going uphill, it somehow feels like you're going downhill. Little innocuous things that together just give a kind of odd feeling to the town. It's nestled between Apple Lake and the Philosopher's Hills, which makes it a really scenic area. And someone who just got there, like you, might assume that the town is too small to hold any big secrets other than maybe who the mayor's wife is having an affair with. It's that kind of town. Mm. So normally in Monster of the Week, we would spend the beginning of the game kind of figuring out how everyone is related to each other. Right. But we're doing one-on-one, so let's skip it. Mm-hmm. It's not important. How do you start your day getting ready for your first day of school?
Well, I'm a little grumpy already because I'm a junior going into my junior year and didn't especially want to be transplanted from my old school to brand new one.
Right.
But it's a parent's job type of thing. You know, we couldn't pass it up, blah, blah, whatever. I have 3 siblings, so it's always kind of a chaotic scene in the morning. So I'm like out of bed, sort of trudging to the bathroom. There's someone in it. I'm knocking on the door. I just need to brush my teeth. Oh my God.
So you're pretty standard morning.
Pretty standard, yes.
So when you finish brushing your teeth and getting ready for your day, you go down for breakfast. And one of your dads is sitting at the table doing what he does every morning, listening to the radio. Mm-hmm. The other dad is in the kitchen making some breakfast for everyone. And he says, June, honey, I hope you've got enough time for eggs.
Yeah, I think I can squeeze in some eggs, Dad.
So you sit down with all of your siblings and your dad, who is listening to the radio, and it's a lot of hustle and bustle. The radio has some story on it about how a lot of people keep passing out, because of dehydration. And then they have to be rushed to a hospital in a different town because St. Judas is a very small place. I keep tripping over St. Judas because I know that this does not go together. But yes,
St. Judas.
St. Judas. People keep getting rushed out of St. Judas to get to the nearest hospital because they've passed out due to dehydration.
I'm going to grumble. How hard is it to remember to drink water?
I think one of your younger siblings hands a glass to one of your brothers and goes, well, ask Jordan.
Fair enough.
And then after that, you're off to school. Do you think one of your dads drives you, or are you a bus rider?
I think one of the dads.
Okay.
Hop in the car.
Yeah. So let's say Radio Dad. I don't know why I didn't name your dads.
I like Radio Dad and Eggs Dad.
Radio Dad and Eggs Dad.
That'll work for now.
Radio Dad hops in the car with all of you. You drop off your 2 elementary-aged siblings first, then the middle school-aged one, and then it's your turn. When you both pull up to the school, it's your normal scene. It's a fairly sized high school. Definitely bigger than my school. Mossy Rock, if you're wondering. It's small, but not as big as the 6-building school that I subbed at a few weeks ago.
And she crushed it in marching band, by the way. Just a little aside, in case anyone was wondering.
Marching band was like all of 2 games, but I was in it. But yeah, you pull up to the high school, and Radio Dad parks And he says, June, I know you didn't want to switch towns, but this'll be good. I promise. You'll get to make new friends.
Yeah. I mean, now that I'm here, it's like, I don't know. He looks like it could be okay, I guess.
Yeah. And I think we're going to be staying here for a while, so maybe at the end of the week we go get you a dog.
Okay, what? No, stop. No, hold the phone. Wait, are you real? Are you for real? Oh my god. What? Yes! Okay, you should have told me this morning when I hated life. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, all right. Well, let's get through this week. Come on, let's
through
go.
this week.
Woohoo!
Have a good day at school, hon.
Okay, bye, Dad.
Bye.
Love you.
Love you. And I think you're like almost through the school gate. I picture there being a gate and then a courtyard and then the school.
Okay.
So you're almost through the school gate before Radio Dad sticks his head out the window and goes, kick some ass, hon, and drives away.
Well, it wouldn't be my dad if we didn't get a comment like that. So.
You're walking up to the front of the building when you hear the roar of motorcycles. Mm-hmm. And 4 motorcycles pull up to the school parking lot. I think they park 2 to a space. Not technically what you're supposed to do, but they're trying to conserve space for cars. Consider it. Why don't you describe what the leader of this motorcycle group looks like? The one thing that I will insist upon is that she is very tall.
Okay.
But otherwise?
I'm on board with tall. Okay, definitely, like, bike appropriate, but also very, like, managing to be cool and sexy type leather attire. Short cropped hair. Let's say it's blonde. Sharp features, but kind of not a standoffish sort of vibe, but very cool and collected and very like in possession of herself. If she pronounced her okay, great,
yeah,
perfect, yeah.
So this leader of this group, from what you're able to tell from your position, gets off of her bike. The other girls get off of their bikes as well, and they start walking up into the school.
I pick my jaw up off the floor real quick.
Put
that back on. I'm gonna follow at a distance, trying not to be too big of a big obvious weirdo about it, but trying to keep her in my sights.
Okay, so you're trying to keep her in your sights. I think you have a different class than she does first thing in the morning. Not that you would really be able to tell that, because you don't get to see where she's going before you are interrupted by this short, pleasantly plump girl with really curly dark hair and big brown eyes and dark skin who says, "Hi, I'm Kina. I'm your buddy."
Hey, Kina. I'm June. It's great to meet you. Are you like a designated buddy or?
Yes, I am. And she's shaking your hand very enthusiastically. I'm part of the Buddies Club. We make sure that new students have a buddy so that they don't get lost.
Oh, well, that's friendly. Cool. Well, I'm not very directionally gifted, so that's appreciated.
Great. You've been assigned to all of my classes so that I can make sure you go where you need to go.
Oh, wow, that's extra friendly. Okay. Well, I'm holding up my schedule. It looks like what's the first thing on here?
We're going to math.
All right, math it is.
And Kina leads you off to math class.
Cool.
Kina is a supremely helpful person, as you've maybe already surmised. Some of the other kids seem not enthusiastic when she answers questions in class. Kind of that, well, she knows everything attitude. Mm. But she does make sure that you have your buddy with you all day, including going to lunch. You're not getting lost.
That much is sure. We're pretty sure we're not going to get lost.
You do have one substitute during the day during your English class. Mrs. Matherson is not in English class. So instead...
I was really hoping she was the math sub.
Yeah.
Mrs. Matherson.
Matherson.
The math
yeah.
sub.
Yeah. Mrs. Matherson usually teaches English, but she's not in today. So you do have a sub, which means not a lot is happening. Sub plans tend to be pretty sparse. And then your day ends. I think you get a text from Radio Dad that says, Your brother got into a bit of an issue at school, so I'm going to be late picking you up. If you made any friends, maybe you could explore town.
Yeah, for sure. Is he okay?
Yeah, he knocked somebody's teeth out.
Oh my god. It was Jordan, right? You said earlier when we were... Jordan! Classic Jordan!
Classic
I'm
Jordan.
gonna knock his teeth out.
Please don't. I don't want to pay to have them put back in.
Yeah, well, I'm his big sister. I can do what I want.
So you find out from your dad that he's going to be late picking you up. Mm-hmm. Do you try to explore town? Do you hang out at school?
Is Kina still with me?
Kina is still with you. I think you're just wrapping up texting him when she says, so do you catch the bus?
Probably going forward, yeah. Today my dad dropped me off, but I just found out he's going to be a little late. So, I don't know. I might kick my heels here for a bit. Maybe do some homework. Hey, before you roll out, though, I don't want to keep you. What's the deal with the biker girls? I'm just curious.
They call themselves the Sleepless Sisters. Like, they're this whole big thing.
Okay.
So there's Crash and Slasher and Angel and Squid.
All right. Slasher, Angel, Squid. Okay, Sleepless Sisters. I'm tracking. Okay.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. I've never really hung out with them. They tend to keep to themselves.
Yeah, they've kind of got that that vibe going.
They're kind of insular, yeah.
A little bit, but man. Okay, well, thanks for the intel, Kina, and thanks for all your help today. That was really appreciated.
Yeah, of course. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, see you then.
Bye.
Bye.
And she runs off to grab a bus. So you're hanging out at school?
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna... It's a nice day. Okay, I'm just gonna, like, find a bench and pop open a textbook and, I don't know, get a start on homework.
Okay. You get a start on homework. I think the bench you found is in front of the school. So you do see the Sleepless Sisters going to their motorcycles.
I'm so focused on my homework. I'm not even thinking about looking at them.
Okay.
There's not even... No, I'm sarcastic. I'm high-key pretending to be focused on my homework. In actuality, looking at them.
Okay. Are you trying to figure anything out by looking at them?
I'm trying to parse who's who just from the nicknames. I'm
Okay.
like, okay, who has like a squid? Why would you pick... This is my train of thought. Why would you even pick Squid as a nickname?
Okay. This is probably not strictly what it's used for, but I don't care.
Yeah, I get to roll the dice.
Yeah, let's do investigate a mystery.
Okay. That is plus... What is it?
That is plus sharp.
Okay, I have a -1 to sharp.
Okay.
But here we go. 6.
6. Okay.
So 5. Sorry, yes.
No, I
just read the number.
I think that's still a fail.
I think it is.
Okay. So on a miss, you reveal some information to the monster or whoever you are talking to. You're not really talking to anybody.
Yeah.
But I think what happens is that you're trying to surreptitiously take a look at them while you're studying. Mm-hmm. For the listener's benefit, there was some pretty big air quotes right there. And the blonde girl catches your eye and sees that you're paying attention to them.
God.
And I think she shoots you a wink.
Oh my god.
And they get on their motorcycles and they ride off.
Okay, well, I'm red from head to toe. Just cursing myself for, like, trying to be cool and not being cool, and I'm never cool, so why did I even think that I could be cool? Ugh. All right, well, I'm gonna take a walk. I can't do homework at this point.
Fair enough. I think the rest of your day goes on without any problems.
Oh, did Dad show up?
Yes,
Okay.
Radio Dad does eventually show up.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, now I'm just thinking of like somebody creating a logo for Radio Dad, but it's like the Radiohead logo.
I like it.
Lucy might do it. Lucy is the one person I know for a fact consistently listens and is a Patreon supporter. Thank you, Lucy!
Ah! Hell yeah, Lucy.
Anyway, I lost my train of thought. Yes, the rest of your day is pretty normal. Jordan is obviously being punished for knocking out a kid's teeth. Mm-hmm. Jordan's been having some problems recently anyway, not just with the move. He's going through some things that's just like, I'm a preteen and everything's awful. not even your first full week in town and he's grounded.
Yeah.
I think that gives you more power in the dog picking options at the end of the week. I think Jordan's like the second oldest out of your group.
Okay. Yeah, because you said 2 elementary.
Yeah.
And then Jordan.
And then middle school and then you. Yes.
Makes sense.
So yeah, Jordan's in trouble.
Yep.
So yeah, the rest of the day is fine. Kina is with you for a couple more days, making sure you're getting settled. She actually gives you her locker combo in case you run out of space in your locker.
She's too much.
She's too much. I think that's part of why some kids are just like, she has a reputation of a goody two-shoes. Mm-hmm. It's not necessarily wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, she gives you her...
good intentions.
Oh, yes,
like,
absolutely.
Very good intentions.
She is over-enthusiastic to a fault.
Yeah.
She gives you her locker combo in case you run out of room in your locker. Her locker is meticulously organized. So that's not going to be a problem for her.
Yeah, I imagine it being like, so you can totally use my locker, but make sure to keep things alphabetized and dirt-free if possible.
Yeah.
And
my locker is closer to the gym, so if you want to stick your gym clothes in my locker, that's totally fine. I left this space right above the top shelf for you. This is an extra shelf that I put in.
Oh, wow. Customizing your locker. That's to new heights. That's pretty impressive, Kina.
It's suction cups. And she, like, pops it off and pops it back on a couple times.
Nice. Very nice.
You continue to see the motorcycle girls around.
Mm-hmm.
Do you choose to approach them during this week?
Nope. Too scared.
Too scared.
Way too scared.
Fair enough. I think Wednesday rolls around. And it's the first day that you don't have Kina with you. For some reason, she's absent. But during lunch, that blonde biker chick is just like, hey, newbie, you need a place to sit?
Yeah, sure. Thanks. Thank you so much for offering. I'd love that. Thank you.
Great. Pull up a chair.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Whew.
The only free chair is next to the blonde chick.
Figures.
You also see a redheaded girl. A girl with one green eye and one brown eye.
Okay.
And then the fourth girl is shorter than the others. She has dark hair pulled back into tight cornrows, light brown skin, and a little mole under her eye. They're all cute.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. The summary is they're all cute. So you've got, who's that? My nerd is showing, but that's why we're here. Who's that character in Persona 5 that has like the short, curly hairdo?
Oh, and like a big oversized sweater.
Yes.
I haven't played, but I know visually what you're talking about.
So picture that for the redhead.
Okay.
Except she like punks out her clothes, so it's that same kind of oversized sweater deal.
Yeah.
But with studs in the shoulders.
I like it.
And the girl with heterochromia, she wears sunglasses almost constantly.
Okay.
And then just to play with the fact that she has heterochromia, the lenses are 2 different shades.
Oh, I like that.
And yeah, so these 4 girls are the biker group, and you are sitting next to the blonde one at the end of the table.
Okay. Hey guys. My name's June. Great to meet you. Thanks for letting me hang out today.
The redhead leans forward and goes, well, I'm Squid. That's Crash, and she points to the blonde.
Okay.
And that right there, and she points to the girl with heterochromia, is Slasher.
I'm taking notes.
And then that's Angel.
Crash equals hot leader, blonde, stunner, babe.
I was going to edit out you doing your notes, but I might leave it.
And then Squid equals cute redhead.
Yes. Cornrows is Angel.
Okay.
And then heterochromia is Slasher. Yes, Squid introduces everybody for you. And she's just like, what brings you to town?
Oh, my dad had an opportunity here, job-wise, that couldn't pass up. So it's me and my 3 siblings, kind of starting new.
I think Crash is just like, oh yeah? He's one of the ones that just got hired at the power company?
Actually, yes. Yeah. Yeah. Must be pretty well known then.
Yeah, a bunch of people just moved out. That's usually what we have around here is people moving out, not people moving in. So it's noticeable.
Yeah, that's that's odd.
People want to get out of a small town, I think.
Oh, sure, yeah. Well, I mean, small towns have their benefits, though.
Yeah. Angel says, is it that people want to get out of small towns, or is it that this town is weird? And Crash just kind of elbows her a little bit.
I noticed this. I don't comment on it.
Would you like to investigate a mystery?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Okay, so really quick, game talk. Do I roll 2 dice? I think I do.
Oh, you must. Yes.
Because, yeah, okay.
So you might have passed that first one.
Well, I like that outcome of me just beefing it. So 2 dice it is. We'll see. 5 plus 4 minus 1 is 8.
8. Okay, so that's a mixed success. Mm-hmm. So you hold 1. 1 hold can be spent to ask the keeper one of the following questions. What happened here? What sort of creature is it? Which doesn't really apply to the situation. What can it do? What can it hurt? Where did it go?
What happened here? I mean, yeah. Just seems to be appropriate.
Yeah, it looks like it's the only one that... Oh, actually, what is being concealed here?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'd like to ask.
So, what is being concealed here? I don't think Angel did a particularly good job of concealing it. Mm-mm. This town's weird. Mm-hmm. You got that vibe when you got there. Mm-hmm. Something about these girls gives you an idea that they know more about why it's weird than other people.
Okay.
Maybe it's just the fact that Angel said something and no one else in town that you've talked to has. Maybe it's the fact that Crash tried to get her to shut up about it. But you get that vibe.
Okay. Okay. I'm feeling a little bold, so I'm gonna actually keep the conversation going and say, I'm glad you said something, actually, Angel, because, I don't know, my dad, one of them anyway, he's like a religious radio guy. Every morning he's got the radio on. And I don't know, there's some, weird little tidbits we hear on the local news that I'm like, well, gosh, that doesn't make much sense. I don't know. I mean, I could be totally off base. It just feels like there's something strange.
Slasher just says, listen, if he's listening to the one guy who talks about the skunk ape all the time, skunk ape's not a thing.
Okay. I'll log that away. But I don't remember anything about it. What did you say? Skunk
ape.
Skunk ape. Okay.
Yeah, not a thing. Promise. You would smell it before you saw it coming.
Uh-huh.
And we've never smelled it.
Well, thank God for that.
Crash kind of leans in a little closer to you and says, what did you hear on the radio?
Oh, man. Well, one random example is actually on the first day of school. Something about a bunch of people passing out from dehydration, which, that's not unheard of, but... just seemed like a weird thing to happen in droves all at once.
A couple of the girls look a little more serious than they did a couple of minutes ago. And Squid says, yeah, that has been happening more recently. It's weird. And then she's kind of lost in thought.
Okay. I'm just going to eat my lunch.
Yeah. I think that's probably as much as you're going to get out of that conversation.
All right. Into the silence you hear.
So, the next few days go by. Kina still hasn't shown up again.
Did she give me her number?
Yeah, she would have, actually.
Yeah. I feel like she would have.
Yeah, that's very Kina.
It's been a couple days?
So, she was with you Monday and Tuesday. Let's say it's Friday morning.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to text her and just say, hey, Kina, doesn't seem like you to miss this much school. LOL. What's going on?
I think you don't hear back for most of the day. And then, right in the middle of 4th period, you get a text back. And it says, this is Kina's mom. She's in the hospital. She'll be back Monday.
Okay. I'm going to text back, oh my God, I hope it's not serious. Give her all my best.
Thank you. It's just some dehydration.
Oh, snap.
The biker girls keep inviting you for lunch.
Okay. I get a little more relaxed as time goes on.
Yeah.
I'm still not completely, like, chill, but it's, you can't, yeah. We get more of a dynamic going, I think.
Yes, they keep inviting you over for lunch.
Okay.
Kina is back on Monday.
Okay.
If you'd like, you can have a chat with her about what happened.
Yeah, I would like. So it's morning, like before class? Or...
Yeah.
Okay.
I think she's waiting at your locker.
Okay.
And she's got this little origami flower for you.
Oh my gosh. Wow, Kina. Thank you. I feel like I should be giving you a gift. Like, I'm sorry to hear you were in the hospital. That's scary. What happened?
Yeah, I don't know. It was weird. I was going for a walk in the hills. It's really, really pretty in the hills, especially right now. All the wildflowers are blooming. They really do it more in the fall than you would expect. You would think it would be spring, right?
Uh-huh.
But I was in the hills, and I don't know. All I remember is getting really, really sad. And then I was in the hospital.
Oh my gosh. That's bizarre. Okay, well, I'm glad you're better, I guess. Bottom line. So just as a quick FYI, I don't want to, like, drag the conversation back to me at all. But you know those really cool Sleepless sister girls?
Mm-hmm.
They've been inviting me to their table for lunch. And I'm not going to ditch you. Super duper pinky promise. But I might split my time a little bit. I mean...
Oh, it's totally cool.
Okay. I just wanted to, like, put it out there so you didn't think, wow, June's too cool for me. She's going to buy a bike any day now. She's going to show up.
I want you to make friends.
Okay.
I'll always be your buddy.
Buddy friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
want to make sure we were cool.
Do you want to dig into that conversation more, or do you think you would just naturally start going to class with her?
I think I'll just go to class.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
For now.
So you've gotten a little bit more information from her. I'm not going to make you roll investigate a mystery on that, because she pretty readily gave you what she thinks happened.
Mm-hmm.
So from here, there's a few ways this could go, but I want to know if June is going to try to investigate this any more on her own, or what her next steps.
I think I would.
Okay.
Because, especially with these sort of snippets of conversations with the Sleepless sisters, it's, like, becoming very clear to me that there's definitely something strange happening.
Yeah.
People don't just get sad and then pass out, typically.
And then end up dehydrated after.
Yeah. So, just for the sake of... Okay, I'm going to text... It's after school, so one of these days. Right?
Okay. You had the conversation in the morning with Kina on Monday.
Okay.
So you've been in this town for a full week at this point.
Can we say it's still Monday?
Yeah.
Okay, after school, I'm going to text my dad. Hey, Dad, I'm hanging out with my school friend Kina. # making friends. # like you said. # love it here. # love you.
Oh, it's so cute.
And...
Is she texting Egg Dad or Radio Dad?
Both.
Okay.
Because then I don't have to, like...
Yeah, it's a group chat.
Yeah. And I'm just going to say, I'll text you if I need a ride, but I think I should be able to get a ride home with her when we're done.
I think Egg's dad just says, okay, be safe. You know where to reach us.
Thumbs up. Sparkly heart. Smiley face.
I love June so much. I think Radio Dad does send a quick apology, just like, sorry plans fell through for dog picking this last weekend. We'll do it this weekend.
Good deal. Dog emoji.
Perfect. Okay, so what are you doing?
I'm going to go to the hills. I'm just going to see what I can see.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're investigating the hills by yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, can I get there from the school? Like, is it crazy far?
Okay. It's a bit of a walk if you're going on foot.
Okay.
But you do know 4 girls with motorcycles.
True.
And you know Kina, who sometimes has a car.
I don't really want to ask Kina because she's kind of still on the mend, I figure.
Yeah.
And this is where
stuff
stuff went
happened.
weird for her, so I don't really want to get her involved. Okay, you know what? Here's what I'll do. Have Crash and Co. left yet, or are they still...
I think...
Could I intercept them at their bikes, like, as they're leaving?
I think you get there right as they're about to take off. Like, the motorcycles are definitely on.
Okay.
But then Crash flips up her visor. And it's just like, hey, June.
Hi, Crash. Okay.
I'm sorry, I love you so much. The laugh is so pure.
Glad you like it. This is me, BT Dubs, listeners at home. This is me anytime an attractive butch woman comes into my circle. I just lose all pretense of anything. Okay, so, okay, tell me if this is an imposition, because I don't want to inconvenience you guys, but, so Kina was telling me that the hills this time of year are just super, super beautiful. And I don't know how far it is, but I get the impression it'd be kind of a walk. Would it be possible for you to give me a ride?
I think Crash looks at the girls, and the girls look back at Crash. And there's a beat of silence that you're not quite sure how to read before Crash looks back at you and says, I can give you a ride if you don't mind riding, bitch, and points to the back of her motorcycle.
Nope! I don't mind. Don't mind. I don't mind at all.
Zoe, you're our first guest, but my second recording. And when I recorded with Mads, I couldn't stop laughing either. Okay. So yeah, she gets into one of the saddlebags on her motorcycle, and she hands you a helmet.
Okay.
And as you get on the back of Crash's bike, you realize maybe not why Squid is called Squid, but it makes a little bit more sense because there is a meticulously and exquisitely hand-painted squid on the side of her motorcycle.
Ooh. I'm going to say, the bikes are loud, so, hey, Squid!
Yeah?
That's a nice squid you got there!
Oh, thanks! I did it!
That's awesome!
And then once you're cozy on the back of the bike, she's just like, make sure you hold on, and wraps your arms around her waist. And then Angel's just like, should we go with? And Crash says, nah, I think we're good. I'll text you,
Oh
though.
my god.
So yeah, you ride off.
Okay.
On the back of this motorcycle.
I'm very calm and collected.
So
Extremely.
So calm. Nothing's phasing you at all. Are you trying to make Crash believe that?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I can.
So I won't make you roll and manipulate someone
Thank
then.
God for that. No, I'm just. I mean, fortunately, it's not like she can see my face and the many emotions
On it.
Upon it. Yes.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. I'm just double checking the moves here because I want to make sure I don't forget them if one of them comes up. Okay, so you get to the hills and Crash parks basically near some trees. The hills are not developed at all.
Okay.
Partially because they're a bunch of hills.
Mm-hmm.
You know how when little kids draw something and they're trying to show hills in the background and it's really kind of bumpy and up and down? Look, it's kind of like that.
Okay.
There are all of these big hills that are covered in trees. I won't say that the hills are densely packed together, but when you are walking through the hills, you are literally walking between these giant mounds that have trees on them. In the sunshine, it is beautiful. You've got the dappled sun effect through the trees. You can already see some of the wildflowers that Kina was pointing out. And Crash takes off her helmet and looks over her shoulder at you and says, "This is where you wanted to go?
Yeah, this is it.
You want company?"
Gosh, yeah. I mean, if you've got a sec, sure. Thank you. I just wanted to, Okay, all right. Full transparency. Because I've never been real good at lying.
She's kind of smirking when you say that.
I know. I give off this pretense of being very level-headed and good at lying.
Never met someone more level-headed.
Oh yeah. Whew. So, Kina. I mentioned her earlier.
Everyone knows Kina.
Yeah. Makes sense. She was out for a few days, if you remember, and I asked after her because that didn't seem like her. And her mom said she'd gone to the hospital. And then when I chatted with her today, she said she'd been out here just like taking a walk, and suddenly these are her words, felt sad, and then woke up later in the hospital dehydrated, and she was out for a couple days. So I mean, that's kind of serious. And it's just what we were talking about earlier. I just want to see what's going on. Just, see what I can see.
All right. Okay. Let's do this.
Okay.
She holds out an arm to help you steady yourself as you get off the motorcycle. You do have to get off before she does. That's just kind of how it works. But then she goes with you into the hills.
Okay.
So now, I hate to do this to you again, but it's investigate a mystery.
Okay. Not very good. 6.
Okay, 6 is a fail. Okay.
Dang it.
So, Zoe, I'm going to ask you to tell me some information.
Okay.
On a fail, you reveal some information to the monster or whoever you are talking to. You are investigating this mystery. You are in the realm where it happened. What is something June's afraid of?
Okay, let me think about that. Would have been a good thing for me to have schemed up earlier.
You didn't know what monster I was throwing.
It's true.
And honestly, I modified this monster from the actual folklore. So
yeah? Okay. I'm gonna steal this from a friend of mine, but it actually also scares me very much too. Floating through... Okay, tell me if this is too, specific.
No, go for it.
But, floating through space without any anchor. The idea of being just,
completely
untethered in space.
Lost.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out how to do this.
I could also do... Another one that I am legitimately very scared of is deep water.
Okay.
I can give you some other fodder, too, here, if none of those are, sparking.
No, I think I can make this work.
Okay.
You hear whispering right up in your ear.
Okay.
Right up in your ear.
I'm going to stop. Stop walking. Suddenly.
You best not leave that girl's side, or I'll send you floating away, higher, until there's no one who can reach you. And you will be alone.
Oh my god. What was that?
What did you hear?
Like a voice, like a scratchy, scary voice right in my ear?
I'd like you to roll Act Under Pressure, please.
Okay, what is this plus?
I'm looking for... Actually, no. Let's do Read a Bad Situation. I'm gonna let you choose.
Okay.
I'm going to let you choose between Act Under Pressure, which is plus cool.
Yeah.
And Read a Bad Situation.
I will choose...
Which is sharp.
Yeah, I will choose Act Under Pressure because that's his flat 0.
Okay. So, I think both of them could apply to this.
Poop on a stick.
Oh, no. Mark another experience.
Okay. Yeah, that's a 7.
Okay. Oh, wait, no. Never mind.
Oh, a 7?
7 passes.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay. So on a 7 and 9, the keeper is going to
I was used to subtracting 1. I was like, that's a 6, right? No, shit, it's a 7. Okay.
7 and 9, the keeper is going to give you a worse outcome, hard choice, or price to pay. So you are trying to figure out what the hell that was. I think what happens is that the whispering gets more and more intense in your ear, and Crash doesn't seem to hear it. And so I'm going to give you a hard choice. You can figure out what this thing is if you run deeper into the hills to try to find it, but you will be separated from Crash.
Okay. And then the other choice would be stick it out
The other choice is to stay with Crash.
Yeah.
You'll get more information because it's going to continue whispering at you.
Uh-huh.
But you're not going to find out what it is.
Okay. I'm going to stay with Crash.
Okay.
I'm just sort of like hands on my ears, like doubled over a little, freaked out. Yeah. I don't think I'm quite brave enough to want to separate from her just yet.
Yeah. So this whispering keeps happening, and it's getting more and more intense, and it's whispering other things you're afraid of or that you're ashamed of or that upset you to you. And it becomes this really overwhelming feeling of, yes, sadness, but also fear and all of these negative emotions. Mm-hmm. And you start to cry. Mm-hmm. And it's not little tears. It is full-on sobbing, snot coming out the nose, crying. And Crash picks you up and takes you out of the hills and puts you on the back of her bike. And she's keeping an eye on the tree line while she's getting on the phone. You don't hear anything she says.
Okay.
The whispering has stopped, but you're so in this feeling, so in this emotion, that you can't get out of it. Take 2 harm.
Okay.
Whenever she's done talking, she puts a helmet on you, kind of squirms her way onto the bike in front of you, puts her own helmet on, and she's driving. You're hanging on to her. You can tell you're hanging on to her, but the sensation's not really there. The further away from the hills you get, the better you feel.
Okay.
But it's not going away. And then she gets you to a church on the outskirts of town. This church is dilapidated. Nobody seems to use it anymore. But you're only vaguely aware of that as Crash picks you up again, takes you inside, and puts you on one of the pews. And Squid is already there. Squid surrounds you in a ring of salt. She starts saying something. The words aren't making sense. The other girls get there. They all hold hands, and they seem to be chanting over you. And finally, that feeling goes away. And you're so thirsty. I think...
You're so good at this.
Oh, thank you! What was I saying?
The spell just...
It kind of zens you out.
Uh-huh.
And you're kind of coming out of it. Everything sounds echoey at first because I like that effect.
Me too.
And then you start to clearly hear Crash say, June, come on, come back to us, June.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm good, I think. Thank you for helping me. I don't know what happened.
That's unfortunate because that's exactly what I was going to ask you. What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining us for the new format. In this episode, we're playing Monster of the Week with Zoe Hovland. And on May 16th, you're going to be hearing an interview with her. I want to thank you all for bearing with us as well as I figured out how this new format was going to work and set up a new recording schedule. It's been interesting, but I'm really excited for what's coming up. If you can, make sure you subscribe to this podcast and give us a review on whatever app you're using, especially Apple Podcasts. It really helps us get the word out there. And it would also be super helpful if you went to patreon.com/TGIA podcast, where you can become a Patreon member. I am still working out how this is going to work with the new format, so if you want to hold off until the new rewards are firmly in place, I completely understand. Other than that, I'd like to introduce you to Goblets and Gays. It is a podcast that I very recently started listening to, so I don't have a lot of info on the different stories that are going on, but I've enjoyed everything that I've heard so far, and I have a trailer for you right here.
What does a barbarian war criminal, an undead cultist, a pyromaniac goblin, a Hot Topic reject, and a bard whose family is very, very cursed all have in common? Well, that's very simple. They're all our main cast. We are Goblets and Gays, a mostly Pathfinder 2e podcast set in a homebrew world. If Pathfinder isn't your thing, we have all sorts of other awesome games for you to enjoy. Join us every Wednesday for episodes of our main campaign, Blood of Kings, as these chaotic gays attempt to locate some missing royalty. Don't forget to follow us on all social media channels at Goblets and Gays to stay up to date with our amazing projects. And remember to eat your vegetables.
And there you have it. That is the end of our little mid-roll, so I'm going to let you get back to the story and see how June's going to handle what's coming up next.
I mean, okay, all I can tell you was that we were walking, and then out of nowhere, there was this voice, like I said, and it was saying really personal things to me about, I mean, just the whole gamut of stuff I'm scared of and stuff I'm ashamed of, and it just wouldn't stop. And then I remember starting to cry and just like not being able to stop myself. And that's, I don't know, it's all a little fuzzy from there, but I know you moved me, away from the hills, and now we're here. And what did you guys do? I mean, I couldn't shake out of it.
Well, you can thank Squid.
Thank you, Squid.
Squid is like, I only did it with help. I think Angela puts an arm around Squid and gives her a squeeze, and she's like, oh, babe, you're our little witch. She's like, shut up. And while they're kind of being cute and argumentative with each other, Slasher goes behind this moth-eaten curtain and pulls out this, like, rolling chalkboard. Like this fucking relic.
Delightful.
And there are already all of these other notes on it. You see a list of dehydration victims. You see a list of disappearances that have not been explained yet. For every dehydration victim, there is a page number. You don't know what the page number refers to, but all of this stuff is on this board. And Slasher adds your name and then adds page 57 and opens up a notebook and starts writing. I'm going to give you a couple options here.
Okay.
Obviously, what they're doing is mysterious.
Indeed.
So you could investigate a mystery. However, you could... And listener, I'm kind of being loosey-goosey with this because I'm not really supposed to be leading the player. But we're both new at this. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to give us the best shot we have. So you could also manipulate someone to try to get them to tell you what's going on. Mm-hmm. And manipulate someone is plus charm.
Yeah, and I have +2 to that.
But whatever would make most sense to June right now.
Yeah. As much as I'd like to do the role that gives me some advantage, I think I'm just so flustered still. I'm not really in the headspace to, like, try and talk anyone into anything.
Right.
So I think I will investigate a mystery.
Okay.
And that's sharp.
Sharp.
Okay.
Well, it's a 3. Okay, we'll mark another experience.
All right.
I think this tells the girls that you were still really shaken. I mean, you just went through an ordeal. That was an experience. I think Squid sits on one side of you, and she kind of is just rubbing your arm reassuringly, while Crash sits on the other side of you, and she looks really intensely into your eyes, and it just says, June, we are not going to let that happen again, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
I think I need to go home.
You're really pale. And as soon as Crash says that, Angel's just like, oh, you're dehydrated, right? You're thirsty?
Oh, yes, I actually just remembered that, yes, I'm incredibly thirsty.
Here. And she tosses you a water bottle.
I just down it.
Yeah, it's gone. And once you're a little bit more settled, Crash is just like, I can give you a ride home if you want.
That'd be great.
Listen, are you willing to come back here with me tomorrow?
Yeah. I mean, obviously there's something going on. Yeah, I would. Yes, that'd be great.
Okay, cool. And she drives you home.
Okay.
I think you're about to go through your front gate, and she just says, June?
Yeah?
and she gets off her motorcycle so fast that she almost doesn't get the kickstand. And she crosses over to you, and she gives you a hug.
I lean into it, and I'm, for once, not flustered or unsure of myself. I'm just like, I need this.
Yeah. I think it's a long hug. And she says, I'm glad you're okay.
I'm glad you were there.
Do me a favor.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ever go into the hills by yourself.
Yeah, that was a bad idea in retrospect.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, okay. See you then.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. And she gets on her motorcycle and she rides off.
Okay.
You've had your first tangle with the monster.
Yeah. Hey, Flavor, can I say that all the siblings are at the window? Like...
Yes. Yes. Okay. Your two youngest siblings that I haven't named yet are definitely right up against the window, like the hands on the glass, peering out at you. Jordan is a little bit behind them, trying to look disinterested.
Mm-hmm. But not
He's about as good at that as you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's something that you two share. Yeah.
It's a family thing.
I think you get it from Egg Dad.
I think that's correct.
I will eventually name Egg Dad and Radio Dad, but I'm enjoying the bit too much.
Me too.
So, yeah, you get in the house. I think I'm just going to say your younger siblings are girls and Jordan's the only boy in the house.
I like that.
And the girls just go, ooh.
No oohs, no, stop, no. I'm tired, you guys. I'll tell you all about it later, but I'm really exhausted.
I think you start going to your room, and the girls start trying to sing after you, Kissing, but they don't know the other girl's name. So they are like saying different things for her name. So June and Biker Lady is one of the girls, and the other girl is June and Cool Girl. Sitting in a tree. Kissing.
They're just like overlapping, yes. Sounding ridiculous.
Yes. Yeah. But Jordan actually is just like, come on, guys, I'll play a video game with you, which is not something he usually does. This is a sibling solid for you in this moment.
And I silently very much appreciate it.
So I want you to take a note.
Okay.
I want you to get +1 ongoing for the rest of this mystery for Jordan helping you with the sisters.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So if you need to do like a manipulate or something with him, as long as it revolves around dealing with the sisters, you get +1.
Got it.
Okay, so that was your Monday.
It's quite a Monday.
Yeah. You really hate Mondays now.
I sure do.
Next day, school seems normal, except Crash isn't there.
Oh, good God. Oh, good God.
But Mrs. Matherson's back.
Okay.
Do with that what you will or will not.
It's a lot of information. Mostly I'm just worried about Crash. Okay. Are the other Sleepless sisters there?
The other Sleepless sisters are there, yeah. I think you share a PE class with Angel.
Okay.
Your PE teacher's not the best PE teacher. He mostly has you play dodgeball.
All right. Dodgeball's not the worst.
It's not the worst, but it's not really like the best exercise ever.
Yeah.
Angel will massacre a dodgeball team, though.
I believe it.
So she, especially after you started hanging out with them more, she seems to make it a point to choose you to be on her team so that she doesn't bean you really hard with a ball.
That's very nice of her.
Because she's just so competitive about it.
Yeah.
One of these days, that PE teacher will choose capture the flag instead so that Angel will stop hurting people.
Someone gets like a lump on their head and they're like, okay, enough. Anyway, yeah. Okay, so...
The whole other team just lays on the floor and refuses to play.
It's a mass protest.
No more! Anyway. Yeah, you see the other girls. Angel's in your PE. Squid and Slasher are in your science class.
Okay.
But you don't see Crash.
During one of these classes, let's make it PE, I'm gonna tap on Angel's shoulder sort of mid-game and be like, hey, really, really quick when you're not busy slaughtering the other team. Just really
Quick, Doc.
Really. Oh, God. Where's Crash today?
She got really upset after she took you home, and I haven't heard anything from her at all.
Oh, God. I hope it wasn't something I said.
No.
Okay.
No, she's real pissy about what happened in the hills.
Okay. Well, do you guys know where she lives? Like, should we drop by?
I was going to after school. You want to come?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Oh, and she just, like, moves in front of you and catches a dodgeball so you don't get hit by it.
Thanks.
And you get through the rest of your gym class.
Great. Okay.
Angel's, like, everywhere on the court. So, yeah, after school, you and Angel will go to Crash's place. Again, you're riding on the motorcycle behind Angel. Crash's house is... Crash actually doesn't live in a house. Crash lives in an apartment, and it's a pretty rundown apartment.
Okay.
And when you go up to her apartment, her suite, not a suite. My words aren't working, but you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. Sorry, listeners. Sometimes I just lose words. There's no answer.
Do you know if she keeps a spare key anywhere?
Her mom stopped keeping a spare key out when that creeper got into their apartment last time.
Oh, well, yeah, that's always a danger with apartments.
Do you have a bobby pin?
Yeah, actually. I might pass it to her.
And she starts working on the keyhole. It takes her a little bit, but she pops it open. People are still living in this place, obviously, but nobody's home right now. What would you like to do?
Look around for her phone.
Okay. So you're investigating what's going on.
Okay, so that is...
I'm only having you do investigative history.
This all makes sense narratively. Oh, okay. Well, 5. So
5.
I failed. Again.
Okay.
Again.
What does that put you at?
Pretty close. I think I'm like 1 away.
Okay. Good to know. So you don't find anything helpful. I think Angel can tell you're getting pretty frantic. I'm trying to figure out what would be the best narrative solution here. You don't find a phone.
Okay.
You do find her diary.
Okay. Is this the same notebook she was writing in yesterday?
The notebook was, I believe, Slasher's.
Okay. Yes.
This is Crash's personal diary.
Okay.
It's up to you. Do you go rifling?
That's such an invasion. Yeah, okay, just for the sake of... Because, I mean, Angel seems worried too. Okay, but I don't want to do it, like, out of sight of Angel either.
Right.
Like, I want to hold it up and be like, oh, God, I mean, I hate to crack this open, but, like, what if there's something in here that tells us where she's at?
Angel's just like, she's going to forgive me faster than she's going to forgive you.
Oh, yeah. Hand it over.
So Angel starts looking through, and she's like, ah, shit. Come on. And races back outside.
Okay, I'm following.
You both get back on the bike, and you go back to the hills.
Oh, God. Okay, I'm freaked. I'm already freaked, like, as soon as I can tell where we're heading.
Yeah. I think Angel texted the other girls on the way to the bike.
Okay.
All of you, except Crash, obviously, meet up there.
Okay.
And you go into the hills. You've been looking for Crash for a little while, so it's getting dusky. And the darker it gets, the more that the hills lose that kind of charming, whimsical, dappled sunlight feeling. And the more foreboding they start to feel. You have this real, like... I'm pulling Disney here. Mm-hmm. You have this real Snow White sees eyes in the trees moment.
Yes. Okay.
As you're kind of looking around. And I want you to roll Act Under Pressure for me.
Okay. Oh my God. It's a 3.
Okay.
To Betsy. Well, I mean, okay, I now have 5 experience.
Yes. So, Zoe, you have marked 5 experience.
Yes.
Which means you level up.
Yes.
What did you choose for your level up?
I chose to improve my sharp. So now I have a +0 to sharp.
Yes, instead of the -1 you had before.
Yes, which
Okay.
should help.
Yes. And that was act under pressure, right?
It was.
Okay.
Which wasn't even a sharp roll. I still did very poorly on it.
Okay. So on a miss, things go to hell.
Oh, no.
Um,
Oh, no.
that whispering starts happening for you again.
Gosh. Okay.
But it's at a diminished level. So, like, you kind of have that feeling, but it's not enough to completely send you to pieces.
Okay.
However, the other girls are experiencing this too somehow. They're wide-eyed. They're scared. They scatter.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay.
So, you are currently by yourself in the hills. This whispering kind of diminishes and then goes away as they scatter.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna try. It's dark enough that I can't really see where they've gone to, I assume.
You can see directionally, but you don't know the hills.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna start. This is probably ill-advised, but guys, I come back. It's okay. It's gone now for me anyway. Where'd you go?
Are you kind of wandering when you say this?
Just gently, yeah, in
Yeah.
like small circles.
Okay. I think your circles kind of start getting bigger and bigger. And eventually, you find Squid.
Okay.
Squid is curled up in a ball, and she's sobbing her eyes out.
Okay.
And you see, for the first time, this being next to her.
Oh.
It is hunched right next to her. And it has this skin that doesn't fit it right. It's too tight in some places and it's sloughing off in others. And it's covered in warts and moles. And Squid is kind of rocking in this fetal position. And then she falls over.
Shit. Okay. What happens to the creature? Is it still there?
It's still there for now. It hasn't noticed you.
Okay. I'm gonna collect all the bravery within me and I'm gonna run at it.
So, what are you trying to do by running
Scare
at
it off.
So, roll protect someone.
Okay. I have a bonus to that. In fact, I think I might even have a move that ensures that is
I think
victorious.
you do.
Power of Heart. When fighting a monster, if you help someone, don't roll plus cool. You automatically help as though you'd rolled a 10.
Okay. So, protect someone. If you get 10 plus, choose on any excess, you protect them okay, but you'll suffer some or all of the harm they were going to get. So,
Dang, I didn't realize that was what a 10 was.
I mean,
Okay.
that's still pretty good.
Yeah.
Now, the 10 plus options. You suffer little harm. So -1 harm.
Okay.
You don't know what the harm is coming at you. I'm not going to give you that information beforehand.
Uh-huh. And I'm carrying the 2 harm that did resting get rid of that?
Resting gets rid of 1. Thank you for
Okay.
reminding me.
Okay, so I'm down to 1 harm.
Yes. Every night you rest, you get to take 1 harm.
Because this is only Tuesday. So yes,
Yes.
that makes sense.
Yes.
Okay, I'm at 1.
Thank you. I forgot. So you suffer a little harm. So whatever harm you were going to get, -1 to that.
Okay.
All impending danger is now focused on you. You inflict harm on the enemy. You hold the enemy back. So you suffer little harm. All impending danger is now focused on you. You inflict harm on the enemy, or you hold the enemy back.
Well, 2 of those seem like no-brainer better than the other 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever you choose, I'll tell you what happens.
Yeah, okay. Inflict harm on the enemy.
Okay. What are you doing to inflict that harm? Are you tackling it?
No, I'm gonna scoop up a stick and just toss it at it and say, "Hey, leave her alone!"
Okay. So you are throwing this stick. It pulls back.
Okay.
When it pulls back, you see the loose parts of its skin kind of sway back and forth with the movement. It rushes at you.
Okay.
But as it rushes at you, it just dissipates. You feel this chill go through you. I'm not going to inflict harm because it doesn't make sense narratively for what's happening, but you feel this chill goes through you as this thing dissipates into a puddle.
Okay.
And you now see a puddle on the ground and loose skin.
Ooh. Yuck.
And Squid is still rocking over by the tree she's at.
Okay. I'm going to go to her
Okay.
and sort of like take her by the shoulders and be like, Squid, I've been where you are. It's okay. Can you tell me that you're hearing me somehow? Is this getting through?
So you're trying to talk to her. I don't think she notices you, kind of that same thing that was going on with you.
Yeah.
But she just keeps whispering, I'm never getting out, I'm never getting out, I'm never getting out, I'm never getting out, over and over and over again.
Okay. Are we about the same size? Is she a little... I guess I never said how big I was.
No. Didn't I say Squid was the short redhead?
Well, yeah. I think you technically said Angel was like shorter than the rest.
I did, okay.
But...
So she's a little taller than Angel.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try my best to, if not like carry her, then sort of like get her out of crouching and like try to pull her maybe toward the bikes.
Yeah, I think she lets herself be led.
Okay.
She's kind of stumbling, so it's not easy going.
Okay.
But as you're moving through the hills, I think you hear Angel calling out for other people.
Okay.
So you can try to call back to her.
I'm going to, but I'm also not going to stop walking Squid back toward the bikes.
Okay.
Are we pretty close?
I don't think so at this
okay.
point.
Yeah, because you said we'd been looking for Crash for a bit.
Yeah.
Enough for darkness to fall. Okay, then I'm going to stop. Is there like a clearing or anywhere that just feels a little safer within like easy, like striding distance?
I think you'd probably feel safest getting to the top of a hill, because at least then you have a better vantage point to see around you.
Okay.
And it's not like there's any shortage of those.
Yeah, so I'll head up a hill.
Okay.
I'm calling back to Angel like, hey, I hear you, I'm coming.
Okay.
I found Squid, I'm gonna park her somewhere.
Okay. I think because you're doing that, you see this light go towards you that you didn't see before.
Okay.
It's not hard to figure out that it's the light from her phone. So you're all able to regroup. And
what about Slasher?
Slasher is able to regroup with you as well.
Okay.
So you're all able to regroup. The big thing is that your main magic user, Squid, is down for the count right now.
Does anyone have water bottles? I guess she probably actually wouldn't drink right now. She's too...
I think she'll drink when... I said it was her... No. Yes. Didn't I say it was her and Angel who were a thing?
Yeah.
Yes. I'm making up some details as I go.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I think she will, when Angel's coaxing her to drink.
Okay.
She still seems out of it. She's not quite aware of what's going on.
Okay.
But
I just don't want her passing out.
Yeah. The water does also seem to help. She's a little bit more responsive. When she's more aware, I think she's able to lead you through this ritual magic that she did for you.
Okay.
Which means this is the first time you're experiencing actually using magic. Let's say it's Slasher who's doing the salt circle. You're joining hands with the other girls, and she's trying to explain this to you. And it's choppy. I can't get out. I can't get out. It's gonna be harder because it's just the three of you. I can't get out. I can't get out. And so it takes a while for her to be able to say what you need to do.
Okay.
But you start the chanting. And at first you do kind of feel this energy going from each of you into the next person in this like circle. And then you feel something else, this excitement pounding in your chest. And you hear a different voice that you haven't heard yet, going, yes, yes, we will speak with you now. But then that voice is quieted, the excitement kind of fades, and you're doing this ritual.
Okay.
After a few iterations of this chanting, Squid seems to kind of come to herself. And she's, I'm sorry. Thank you. And Angel's on the ground in an instant, hugging on her.
Yeah.
You've survived your second encounter with this monster.
Hooray.
And
but
now
we still can't find Crash.
You haven't found Crash, but you know what the monster looks like now.
Yeah.
You haven't figured out its weaknesses yet.
It's true.
I think you all go home.
Okay.
I don't know if there's a lot of conversation at this point. And then the next morning, so Wednesday morning, you get a text.
Okay.
When you check your phone, it's from Crash. And it says, "Can you get to Mayview Hospital?
Yes.
Are you willing to skip school to get to Mayview
Yes.
Hospital?" Okay, so you skip school.
Okay.
Do you tell the dads?
Well, I'm a little worried, like, how do I get there because I don't have a car? Unless they'd let me borrow the car. And then I'd have to tell them.
You'd have to tell them if that's the route you're going to go. You could talk to Keena, or you could talk to any of the Sleepless sisters.
Yeah, I'll talk to one of the sisters because they... Well, okay. I'm assuming... I'm going to text back, like, I need a ride. Is it cool if I talk to the sisters?
Yes.
Okay. I'll go to Angel again.
Okay. Do you text her or do you call her?
I'll text her.
Okay.
I'll just say, hey, just heard from Crash. She needs me to come to the... What's the name of the hospital?
Mayview.
She needs me to come to Mayview Hospital. I don't have a ride. Are you available?
I'm on my way.
Okay.
So you go to the hospital. When you get there, and you're asking, where is this person so I can go visit, I think the person at the reception desk is just like, her mother says family only. If you want to try to get her to let you do it anyway, it's a manipulate someone.
I'll do that. Yeah.
Okay. So roll your manipulate someone.
Okay. And I think that is a +2, but let me confirm.
Plus charm. Yeah.
Pretty good. It's a 10.
Okay. If you get a 10 plus, they'll do it for the reason you gave them. So what reason are you giving her to be allowed to see her anyway?
I'm going to say, please, she reached out to me specifically. I can show you. She needs to see me.
What do you mean you can show me?
I can show you the text.
Nah, come on.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And I think Angel is just like, I'm going to wait here just in case she's overwhelmed, okay?
Okay. I'll see you in a bit.
Okay. And yeah, this nurse takes you to her room, and there's an IV in there just to deliver fluids. And she's also got a huge glass of water next to her. And she's very pale.
Is her mom in there?
Her mom's not there.
Okay.
And she sits up more and she's like, June.
Hi, Crash.
Hey.
Oh my gosh. What happened? Did you...
Excuse me. And the nurse just like, don't get too excited, all right? Fine. And the nurse leaves to go do whatever else she needs to do. It was stupid. I was pissed. I went out to try to figure out what had messed you up so bad. Right after I told you not to go into the hills by yourself. Yeah, no, it was dumb. It was stupid. But look, you obviously know that this place isn't normal.
Yeah, it's becoming pretty clear.
Yeah. I started the sisters to try to protect people. And come hell or high water, you're one of us now. You're part of this. So I need you to help the girls get rid of this thing.
Okay.
Listen, I don't have a lot more information than you already have, I think. But, you're not supposed to do this, but I had lit a fire because I had been there for hours and it was getting cold. And then I went out to look some more. I figured the fire was... I had dug a pit for it, right? So I didn't think it was going to go anywhere. Mm-hmm. But I started hearing things. And you're right. It's personal. It's really personal. And
I'm going to very, very closely and carefully and slowly reach out to take her hand.
She gives your hand a squeeze. And she takes a few more calming breaths. She says, for some reason I didn't like my fire. When I ran, that's what I ran to. It was light. It was warmth. It was something. And it wouldn't get close to me anymore. So something about fire it doesn't like.
Okay, that's incredibly helpful. That's more than we had to go on before. All I knew before was it doesn't like sticks thrown at it. So this is probably a little more effective.
Probably. You're gonna tell the girls?
Yeah, 100%. All of them. We'll figure it out.
Okay. I'm coming to help as soon as they let me out of here, okay?
Yeah, of course, but don't rush. I mean, just get better.
And I think she takes her free hand and she puts it on the side of your face. She's just like, June, the other girls will tell you. I always rush.
Well, don't. In this case.
Okay. Because you asked nicely.
Okay, great.
Okay. The nurse is probably going to come chase you out of here soon.
Yeah. Okay, I'll save her the trouble. But keep in touch. Like, shoot us a text. Let me know how you're recovering.
Yeah, I just got my phone back.
Okay.
I think she puts her forehead to yours for just a second, and then she says, bye, June.
Bye, Crash.
And you go back out to where Angel is. Just checking in. How's she doing?
Oh, a lot of emotions. A lot of different emotions, for sure. Like, it felt really right. But also, there's a lot of, like...
There's a lot of negative stuff going on.
Yeah, no, being thrust into, like, oh, God, I'm one of them. Okay. Gotta mentally adjust,
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, mostly good feelings. For sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So, you get back to Angel. Do you tell her what's up right away, or...
Yeah, I think I would.
Okay. In that case, you fill her in, and I think she's just like, okay, we need to figure out what we're going to do. And she starts texting the other girls, and she takes you back to the church.
Okay.
On that board, that chalkboard, there's an empty space in the upper right corner, and she puts there, hates fire. That's all she told you? No fire?
That was it.
Okay.
I mean, I did kind of get a visual on it, and I tell them if I haven't already.
Yeah.
Like, basically how it looked when I saw it hovering over Squid.
Gross.
Yeah, very gross.
Okay. So, like this, and then based on the description you gave her, she does a very good likeness.
Yeah, wow. Yes, a lot like that. Nicely done.
Thanks. It is my unfortunate gift. And I think it's right about then when the other girls show up. Squid has a bat with her that has nails through it.
Nice.
And Slasher is kind of nervously handling this handgun. Only for a minute before Angel's just like, no, put that down. And Slasher goes, thank you, and immediately puts it on the ground.
I also take a deep breath. I was like, whoa, okay, whole new level of intensity here.
Yeah, okay. So she's just like, thank you, and puts it on the ground, and then she starts going through behind the pulpit to see if she can't find something else.
Okay. I'd like to take this moment to say, hey, I mean, it's not much, but I have, like, this multi-tool.
Yeah, bring it.
Yeah, and then I also have, what was it? I also have a baseball bat, but maybe I'll change that to a hockey stick because Squid's got a baseball bat.
Hockey stick works.
Okay, hockey
maybe
stick.
It's Jordan's.
Yeah, I think that's perfect, actually. That's perfect. Okay, gonna change that.
So, like, you'll run back to your house to grab Jordan's hockey stick?
Yeah, sometime before, I don't know how soon we're planning to leave.
Yeah, I don't know that any of them know, but Squid was just like, okay, I need my bat.
Uh-huh.
I forgot you had written down bat, but I like stealing Jordan's hockey stick a lot.
Me too.
Okay, so Squid's got this bat, you've got your multi-tool, and Slasher is digging around behind the pulpit before she's just like, ooh! And holds up this I don't know the word for this, but it's like this metal pole thingy with the cross at the top.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm doing a bad job. Let me see. Google, can you help me?
Hey, Google, what's that thing?
Catholic cross pole thing. Hey! What is this?
What is that? It just looks like a very elaborate cross. with
Yeah,
pole and base stand.
traditional processional cross with pole and base stand.
There you go.
One of those. Oh, this one's got Jesus on it.
Ah.
Perfect. She finds one of those.
Perfect.
So yeah,
Even better.
Slasher's just like, ooh, and holds up this really big pole with this cross on the top. He goes, I can whack with this.
You certainly can.
Angel says, whacking might be good, but we need fire. So let's come up with a plan.
Well, I mean, a torch, right? I mean, that's kind of mobile fire.
Is that going to be enough?
What if we all had one?
Squid's just like, I can make us torches. I mean, there's some salvage wood in my backyard, and wrapping it in oil-soaked cloth is not hard. Okay,
Yeah.
So we've got torches. Do we want to try to use Base Hill? And Slash is just like, Base Hill really helped us out with that vampire that one time.
What is that?
And Angel's just like, it's this one hill in the hills, but the last time we used it, we dug a moat around it, and then it took so much time, but we filled the moat with holy water.
Oh, well, yeah. Let's use that. I mean, who knows if it gives a crap about holy water, but...
Water's not in there anymore, but maybe we can fill it with, like, kindling and stuff?
Would that stay put, though? I don't want to cause a forest fire.
Squid's just like, I can put it out when we're done.
Okay. May as well.
Okay, so torches, kindling, hill. Plan?
Sure. Yeah. Great.
Okay. So how quickly do you think you'd want to execute this plan?
Well, it's gonna take some trips back and forth, presumably, to get all this, to get the, like, moat set up.
Right.
What time is it now?
Let's say it's about noon. You did skip school.
Yeah. Oh, and I don't have a cover story for my dad's yet.
Nope.
Well, is this one of the schools that'll, like, call if someone doesn't clock in at attendance?
I think when you talk to the girls, they're definitely not going to call them right away.
Okay.
Because a lot of parents will send their kid to school with a note the next day, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But that is definitely a problem you're going to want to address.
Yes. I will get to that one problem at a time. Okay, I mean, Squid's handling the torches. She said that would be pretty simple.
Yes.
We need to, like, grab a bunch of kindling and run it over. Does someone have a car? Because that would be more space
It would be.
efficient.
I don't think any of the girls have a car.
Okay, we'll just step to saddlebags then, I guess.
Yeah. So between the fact that you do have to go on foot to this one particular hill, and you're making multiple trips with the saddlebags, and you're probably only doing this during the day at this point,
Yeah,
because night makes this harder.
yeah.
Maybe it takes you a couple days?
Yeah, that tracks. That
Yeah.
tracks.
Okay, so you take a couple days to set up your trap.
Uh-huh. Should I resolve the I skipped school and I'm trying to figure out how I cover for that?
I think we should,
Okay.
but because you've been able to sleep again,
Yeah.
take off that last harm.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Okay, it's gone.
Woo! Okay, yeah, so I think you make that plan, you start setting it up. Mm-hmm. You get home from school.
Air
Yes,
quotes.
air quotes. But again, the school hasn't called your dad, so they don't say anything because they don't know you've been gone. Mm-hmm. So you can try to address it right now, or you can wait to see what happens.
So, school day's over and I can head home and I have the knowledge that the school won't have called my folks.
Right.
Okay. Okay,
At least yet.
yeah, right.
If it's unexcused long enough.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna come home. Ooh, I'm just gonna try and come home and I hate this because I again, poor at lying and I love my dad's, but I am just gonna pretend I was at school that day and then I'm gonna try and forge an excuse note from,
Okay.
yeah.
I think this is a twofold thing.
Wait, except if we're taking tomorrow off as well, if we're skipping tomorrow to continue the plan setup.
That would be the most time-effective way to do it.
Yeah. Frickin' school. Okay.
I knew that this was going to be a problem when you were like, let's do high school kids.
Well, it's a fun premise, but
No,
yeah,
it is.
does
And it's
complicate
also a
things.
fun complication.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I just don't see a way to do the excuse note and also. Okay, what about this? What if I briefly come by school the following morning with the forged note? I'm taking the bus at this point.
Right.
Like, check in for first period and then maybe. God, I don't remember what school was like. Did they take attendance at every class? They
Yes.
do. Okay. I'm just gonna ask too, not to put lob the ball tidily into your court, but I am gonna ask the Sleepless sisters, like, do you guys have a? Because I'm gonna be real with you. I don't usually cut. Has this happened before? And like, what have you done to keep it on the down low?
I think they all. Okay. So they all start talking to each other.
Uh-huh.
And to you. Obviously, they're not leaving you out. But it's a series of, well, last time I got suspended.
Oh.
Or, I can forge my mom's signature pretty well, so I pretended I was sick for a few days. And, like, just all of these different things.
Yeah. Okay. I don't really want to get suspended, but I guess I'll just stay home a couple days consecutively and then. Oh God.
I think Squid's just like, why don't you just take a thermometer and use the thermometer on lamp trick?
Oh. Yeah. I think I saw that at the Parent Trap or something.
Just don't leave it on too long or they'll take you to the hospital or something.
Okay. I'll try it.
Okay. So you've got a plan.
Yeah.
You go home. And you're trying to make sure your dads think that you were at school all day.
Yeah.
That's definitely a manipulate
For
someone.
sure. Okay.
So roll it and then tell me what you do.
Oh, pretty good. 9.
9. Okay, so on a 7 and 9... Yes. On a 7 and 9, they'll do it, so in this case, believe you. But only if you do something for them right now to show that you mean it. If you ask too much, they'll tell you what, if anything, it would take for them to do it. Or in this case, again, believe you. So, I guess you get home, and Egg Dash is like, hey, sweetie, how was school?
Oh, so good. So good. Yeah, we learned, let me tell you some specifics about my day.
I think that works, the specifics.
I make up something about geometry and I don't know.
Yeah, I think dads go with this because you don't tend to lie.
Right.
Like you're their good kid. But Jordan definitely raises an eyebrow at you and says nothing.
Okay, I'm gonna sort of cut him a look like, Jordan, just be cool about this. Can you just have my back, please? Thank you.
So yeah, your dads seem to believe you.
Okay.
Next morning.
I'm gonna have the thermometer.
Okay. So you're going to use the thermometer trick and try to convince them that you're sick to stay home.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna do the classic put a lump of me under the blankets and shut the door. And...
Okay. So this is another manipulate someone, right?
Yeah.
But I'm going to give you a +1 forward on it.
Okay.
Since you are using a prop.
Yeah, okay. I'm also, you know what? Before I even dig in on this, I'm actually gonna take Jordan aside.
Okay.
Hey.
Hey.
Okay.
You've been weird lately.
Just let me finish.
Okay.
There's some stuff going on right now. You remember of course, you remember the girl on the bike.
Yeah. Ooh.
So, you saw her bringing me home after something kind of scary happened to me. And I
His
can't be
face completely changes when you say that.
Okay.
Like, he's not teasing you anymore. He's paying attention to you.
Great. Okay. Yeah. And then she went out and tried to turn the tables on this thing, which again, I just can't tell you what it is right now. And now she's in the hospital, and me and her friends, we think we've got this thing in the bag now. We think we can beat it. But I need to be with them, and I need to go prepare, and I don't want to worry Dad, and I just need you to help cover for me. I'll tell you more after I know more, but I don't know very much right now. I'm just giving you the rough outlines. You just have to trust me, Jordan.
Okay. This is definitely another manipulate someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. 10.
Straight 10?
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, so 4 plus 4 plus 2.
Okay, perfect. So on a 10 plus, they do what you ask. He looks at you for a minute, and he says, "You swear you're going to tell me?"
Super duper swear.
Don't laugh. Pinky swear?
Pinky swear.
And you pinky swear on it. And he's going to keep your secret.
Okay.
Okay.
I just need someone. I figured that, like, well, I'm sick in my room excuse isn't going to hold as much water if I don't have someone helping me enforce it, you know? So,
Yeah.
like, of course, he's at school too, but
when he gets home,
Yeah.
if you're still gone,
yeah, exactly.
you've got backup. Okay, so you do it. You pull it off. The wonderful thing about your plan is that your dads will be able to write you a note saying that you've been sick.
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't put the dates on when you were sick,
I can just cover whatever absences I need it to.
at least consecutively.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, over the next couple days, you fake sick.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan covers for you.
Mm-hmm.
And you set up your trap. Which means that before you know it, it's the night. It's time to do this thing. I think because you all already know how to do the ritual to snap someone out of it,
Yeah.
Squid volunteers to be the bait.
Okay.
In order for this to work, Squid does not have a lit torch, right?
Right.
Because the rest of you are going to have your torches lit to protect yourselves.
Yeah.
I think when you're all kind of getting down to the brass tacks of this plan, Slasher's just like, I volunteer you.
Oh, me? Okay.
You and Squid have already dealt with this thing.
Mm-hmm.
If it does get to you, you already know what to expect, right?
I mean, yeah, but it's not easy to, like, snap yourself out of it if it does start to get its claws into you. I mean, I can try, but
And I think Squid is just like, no, I get what she's saying, though. Like, maybe because we already know we can hold out longer.
yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Yes.
You and me, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got this.
Yes.
Sorry, that was so good. Night falls. You and Squid are the only ones that don't have your torches lit. The other two girls do. Mm-hmm. You managed to put this together fast enough that Crash was not able to rush.
Great.
Crash is still
This
in the
is good.
hospital.
This is a good thing. I'm hoping I can sort of prove myself to her with this. So
Yeah.
good.
I think to really lay it on thick, to try to lure this monster out, right? Squid lays on the acting chops.
Okay.
Like, this girl should be on a stage, but instead she's on a motorcycle and she likes it that way.
Yeah.
So she is just kind of wandering around, sniffling, crying a little bit. You see, through the occasional beam of moonlight, actual tears on her face. Wow. She's really going for it.
Getting the Oscar.
Getting the damn Oscar is right. And then you see it. You think. It's hard to tell because it seems to move from shadow to shadow. And there are much more of them at night.
Oh, more shadows.
Yes.
Not more of the creature.
Right.
Okay, good.
Sorry. Almost gave you a heart attack. So it's moving from shadow to shadow.
Okay.
But this time, you're not seeing that skin. What you're seeing instead is this shifting form of water. It's missing that skin. You see it start whispering to Squid.
Is she past the moat yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
She wanted to make sure that it was on her first.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But this time it hits her much harder than it did the first
I
time.
was worried about that.
And she's kind of stumbling. She does make it over the moat. But before you can light the moat, she hits the ground. I want you to act under pressure.
Okay. Oh. Wait, that's a 9? No, of course it's not a 9. It's a D6.
Yes.
Scratch that from the record. It's only a 7.
A 7?
Yeah. That's a
Still
mixed, right?
Is a mixed success, yes. Okay. So, a worse outcome, hard choice, or price to pay. I'm going to say you managed to do this.
Okay.
But as you are rushing to get this torch in the moat filled with kindling, you trip. And the torch also lights some of your clothing before you manage to throw it in there.
Okay.
So I want you to take +2 harm.
Okay.
But the kindling catches. And you see this weird form of water kind of recoil from the kindling because it catches fast. And part of that is because Slasher loaded it up with gasoline.
Okay, so it's a serious fire.
It's a serious ass fire.
Yeah.
Through the fire, you can see it kind of recompose itself. And it starts to lean over Squid. And somehow the water seems to become sharp. And this sharp edge is going towards Squid's back. Now, in a normal game of Monster of the Week, you would talk with your other hunters to figure out who's going next.
Yeah.
But it's just us.
Yeah.
So who do you want to go next?
Angel.
Angel. Okay.
I think she has extra. I mean, they all care about each other, but she's gonna put more of herself into the defense.
Yeah. Angel sees this thing leaning over Squid with this blade hand thingy. And she yells, and it's primal. It's not words. And rushes towards not just this thing, but this flaming moat, right? And jumps the gap and sticks her whole torch in this thing. You hear sizzling. It's hard to see what's happening through the flames. You can't tell if there's steam or smoke or what's happening, but this thing clearly recoils from Angel.
Okay. Just to get a sense, so Squid's on the inner side of the moat, Monster's on the outer side still, and it was reaching over?
No.
Oh, my bad.
Squid, Monster on the inner side. Because Squid got the monster in before you lit it on fire.
Yeah.
Monster was reaching to cut her for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Angel jumped over the moat of fire to get to where her girlfriend was.
Okay.
And stick her torch in it.
Okay, got it.
So this creature recoils, slashes out at her instead, and that gash is gnarly. You don't know how she's doing. And now, I'm going to say that action has disoriented the creature enough that whoever goes next gets a +1. So you can either go again, or you could give Slasher an opportunity.
Let's give Slasher.
Slasher moves forward and is just winging this torch from side to side, trying to drive this thing back.
Okay.
Just like before, when you threw that stick at it, it dissolves.
Okay.
And all you see is a puddle.
Okay. I don't trust that thing's dead, though, at all.
Yeah. Given past experience, I can see why you wouldn't.
So that was Slasher's move.
That was Slasher's move. Squid is still on the ground. So... And the monster just made its move by dissolving into that puddle of water.
Okay.
So now it's on you.
Yep.
What you gonna do?
Well, I'm gonna move toward the group. I'm gonna shout to Slasher, like, watch that thing. And then I'm gonna...
You're gonna help out.
Yeah.
Okay. So what... Oops. I always click on the wrong thing when I'm trying to go back to the table of contents in my little e-reader here. What are you doing to help out?
Okay, I don't want to retcon, but does it feel like we would have brought, I don't know, basic first aid at all?
I think the girls would be familiar enough with what they're doing to do that, yeah.
Okay. So I'll grab my kit and just try to at least see where she's cut and try to bandage it up.
Yeah, so she's cut from, like, right shoulder to left collarbone.
Oh, my God.
It's long, but it's clean, at least. It's just now starting to bleed.
Okay.
So roll to help out, and that's plus cool.
That might be the one where I have my special mundane move that says I succeed.
That's protect someone.
You're right. That's power of heart. So help out is plus cool.
Plus cool.
Okay, so that is a 0.
Better than a negative.
Yes. 8.
8. Okay, on a 7 to 9, your help grants them +1 on their roll, but you expose yourself to trouble or danger. So I think you are so focused on helping Angel that this puddle rematerializes.
Okay.
And Slasher tries to stop it, but she just can't. How do you stop water?
Yeah.
And it starts whispering to you.
Okay.
And you have that feeling again. It's coming over you. But this time, what it's saying is, when I'm done with you, you'll be on the ground just like your friend here. And then I will cut off your skin and wear it as my own. And I will have your beautiful face on mine. I'll infiltrate your school. I'll cut up all your friends. I'll have an endless supply of skins. What do you do?
What would be the roll to try and push back against it and shake out of it?
Let's see.
Kick some ass?
Kick some ass would be you trying to actually damage it. It would be prioritizing harming it over everything else, right? I think this would be an act under pressure.
Okay, which is, remind me?
I think that's cool again. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, roll the dice.
7.
7, okay.
8. I can't do math.
No, okay. It's still going to be a
in the same
worse
tier,
outcome, hard
but-
choice, or price to pay. So you can get it off you.
Okay.
But the price to pay is that it's going to go back to Squid.
Okay.
Is that what you're going to do?
Yeah, because, I mean, one of us, we need to stay, as many of us, clear-headed as we can.
Okay. So you grab Angel's arm. Actually, no, Angel's torch is out. You grab whatever burning kindling you can grab from the moat, and you swing it at this thing.
Okay.
And it recoils away from you. You take 1 harm as it reacts to what you're doing. And it goes back to Squid. And it slices a clean line all the way down Squid's spine. Who would you like to move next?
Angel again.
Just to jog your memory, Angel's torch is no longer lit.
Oh.
But Slasher's
Did it go
is.
out when she got attacked?
It went out when she plunged it into the monster.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, let's go Slasher.
Okay. I think Slasher grabs your kindling so that she's got something in each hand.
Okay.
And she is driving this thing back. And for a second, you think it's going to dissipate again into that puddle.
Uh-huh.
In fact, that's exactly what it does. It dissipates again into that puddle.
Yeah.
And then Angel realizes what's happening, shucks off her shirt, and throws it into the puddle to soak up as much as possible.
Okay.
And chucks that whole damn thing
Ah.
into the moat.
Smart.
And then it starts sizzling. The steam starts rising into the air. The whispers become louder and louder and louder and louder until they just fade away. This thing was made out of water or some kind of liquid. And dissolving into a puddle, it was still in a form that it could control. But now that you've evaporated it, it can't grab onto itself anymore. It's got no substance left. Congratulations, Hunter. You've slain your first monster.
It was Angel, really. But yay!
Yay! So here's the problem.
Yes.
The magic user that was supposed to stop this fire is passed out on the ground with a giant slash down her spine.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So let's resolve that.
That was her that said, oh, I can put it out, right? Yeah. Okay.
She's your magic user.
Okay.
The other girls can manipulate magic, but not to the extent that Squid can.
Well, but she can't. So, okay, I'm going to speak. How is Angel doing in terms of, like, is she conscious? Is she
Angel is still
walking
conscious.
around? Okay.
She is pale, but I think that's partially blood loss and partially adrenaline.
Okay.
Slasher has just plopped on the ground for a minute.
Yeah.
Because she plops on the ground and she throws these things into the fire. It's like, oh my god. And Squid is still on the ground.
Okay. Okay, guys. Great job. Angel, that was super smart. Was it Angel that tossed the shirt?
Yes.
Yes, okay. But I'm afraid there's a little bit of a problem still, and it's the giant fire that's in front of us. So,
Sorry, it's not in character.
I mean, okay, with Squid down, do you guys know any sort, like just anything in the magic adjacent realm of like how we can stop this? Because I did say the one thing I wanted to avoid was the forest fires. So,
Slasher. And I think what happens is you all do the thing again to kind of help Squid get out of that passed out fugue state.
Yep, okay.
And once she's out of that passed out fugue state, she's like, holy fuck, my back hurts. Oh, fire. And she sits up. And I think she kind of waves a hand at you. It's like, hold my hand, hold it.
I hold it.
Okay, this is going to suck for you.
Okay.
And you kind of feel this drain on your energy. It makes you really tired, but it's nothing compared to what that creature was doing to you. And using your energy to kind of bolster her, she breathes in all of that fire through her nose.
Ooh.
And then just kind of... and smoke comes out of her mouth. And then she has to breathe the smoke out a second time because that was a lot. And then she's like, okay, I don't have the energy to do the heal. Does that help? And then she just flops back over again.
Okay.
So I think you all managed to do what first aid you can right now. I think you only brought 2 bikes. That way, if people were down for the count, you'd only have to get 2 bikes back. So you all go back to the church.
Great.
And you regroup. And we'll pick up the story next time.
Yay!
There's some things that we're supposed to do at the end of the game.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you some questions.
Okay.
If 1 to 2 of the answers are yes, you get to mark 1 on experience.
Oh, wonderful.
If 3 to 4 are yes, you mark 2 on experience. Did you conclude the current mystery?
I think we did, right?
I would think so.
I mean, we beat the monster, and we solved why people were passing out in the woods randomly.
Yes.
Okay, so there's 1 yes.
Did you save someone from certain death or worse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's 2.
Did you learn something new and important about the world?
Well, this was kind of the original, like, this world is more than it seems discovery. So
Yeah.
I would argue, for June anyway, so I would argue yes.
Yes.
To that
okay.
one.
And then the last question, did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters? In this case, the biker gang.
I mean, the fact that the gang is organized around the idea
Yeah.
of protecting the town. I hate to like be, oh yeah, these are all yes.
No,
but it does kind of
they
feel
totally
like they are. Yeah.
Okay, so you get to mark 2 experience.
Yay! Awesome.
So you're part of your way to level 3.
Oh my gosh, yay. That's awesome.
And that wraps it up, folks. All right, so I don't have my pre-recorded thing anymore because I need to change it. So bear with me stumbling my way through this. Thank you to Zoe Hovland for our theme music and also for being our first guest on the show. I also would like to thank the YouTube audio library for additional music as well as some sound effects. And I would also like to thank Tabletop Audio for sound effects and music from them as well. Tabletop Audio is a great service that you can use. All of the tracks on the website are free. Those have the ambiance sounds and the music together. If you need to split them for any reason, you can also sign up to the Patreon. I think I pay like $33 per year for access to all of that music. So it's a really great resource. If you have any questions, thoughts, concerns, or you want to be a guest, email us at thegameisafootpodcast@gmail.com. Please make sure to subscribe to our podcast as well as leave a review if you can. The only other thing that I can think of is please check out our Patreon. Again, I don't have the rewards set in stone just yet, but that is patreon.com/TGIA podcast. See you next time.